Aloha kākou, it is DJ Kano, and we are back in Division 2. So, in the last video, we were looking through the stash and we went through a few things. We found some duplicates that we're going to keep because they're really good. We also found a lot of guns that were god rolled that, you know what, we're going to decide not to hoard them, get rid of them, because if we play the game, we'll get them back. All we got to do is just play the game. So, we are continuing the road to returning to Division 2, and the next steps that I've decided after kind of digging through the stash a little bit was to look at my characters. So one thing is to see what's in the stash, but I have four characters. So what if there is something in there that I don't know if it's keep or throw away? So we're going to see what we have on my characters first. One, what kind of builds do I got? And if there's a gun that will match the builds that I definitely want to keep, then I want to take that out of the stash and keep it on my character or put it as part of the build. If it's not part of the build, it's going to go as much as I can try to. I really, really want to try to just purge and get rid of stuff. So I already took the liberty of starting off a little bit with my main character. This is my first character that I've ever created. So it has the most builds. It also happens to have the raid builds. So this is what I used to use to raid because I only had one character at one point. So you're going to see a lot of typical raid builds. And I'll just do a really, really quick rundown. So I have the Dark Hours one shot build. This is how it was. I built it back when I was doing it. So it's been a while. It's basically just Ravenous. Whatever strong AR you got, beautiful rail splitter. I love this gun so much, and it is a DC exclusive. If you don't have a rail splitter, I recommend you try to get one. You don't have to go run through the DZ. You can actually buy named caches whenever named caches become available in events or whatever it might be. I believe Countdown allows you to use some of the Countdown currency as well. Get named caches because DZ exclusives will come out of there. You don't actually have to run the DZ if you don't want to, because some people are just not built for the DZ. I was gonna say they're not built for PvP, but that's not even the case. It's the DZ is a very unique kind of PvP. I haven't even been in there since they made changes. My friends told me that they've been changing it over the past year or so. So the builds have changed. A lot of stuff that used to be in there changed. So I'm not even, prepared to talk about the DZ right now, except for that. Yeah, Dodge City Gunslinger holster, everything, even mods are god rolled on this build. But anyway, um, let's see. We have that one. Basic DPS. This is the one that utilizes the Coyote's Mask and the Scorpio. This is a standard tank build that's used for Iron Horse, and when you build it the way that you need it for Iron Horse with hazard protection and everything, this is like the easiest thing that you can make. It's not that hard to farm for this particular build. Then it works though. It works. I know there are so many other complex builds for things like when people do speed running and they want to do certain strats in Iron Horse and even Dark Hours. But this one just is an all around good build. If you're interested in any of the builds that I'm going through, by the way, please let me know, and I can do a highlight on these builds. I do have a lot of these builds in my build videos already on my channel, but they might have been updated since I made those videos. So please let me know if any of these are interesting to you, or you're just curious to see like what exactly do you have. I'm not going to go through every single one. Um, the future is just our standard healer build. The build that I had between these two, I did decide to delete, was a hybrid damage tank build, and that was used only like specifically for Pfizer in Iron Horse. And the reason why I got rid of it was because the people that I ran with most recently, which is still a while ago, they never really cared for doing that strat. They wanted to just do it the old fashioned way. They didn't need to break Pfizer's backpack when he was doing the white mechanics. So nobody wanted me to do that. No one, well, actually what it was some of the groups that I ran with, they didn't have anyone that felt comfortable in the control room, which is this build right here. This is the control room build that you can stay upstairs in the hot box, controlling all of the doors and everything. They didn't feel comfortable doing it, so I did that, and I didn't end up using the other build. I wasn't downstairs in the room with Pfizer. So anyway, moving on. Drone Wire is just the standard drone killer build for Dark Hours. Super easy to make, but I don't want to remake it again. It's a common build, and if anyone ever did need help with Dark Hours or Iron Horse, I don't want to get rid of these builds, so I'm just going to keep them the way they are. Robitussin is my skill build. I love this thing. I might have to do a highlight on this build again later. It is basically an oxidizer build. Shock traps, oxidizer, in sync capacitor to increase skill damage. I even have the what is that thing called here? This one was the waveform. I even have the waveform on top of here, just all out skill damage, skill damage, skill damage, and as much haste as I can manage without sacrificing too much damage. And it is fantastic for just spraying purple stuff everywhere. So next favorite is this one. It's technically in the way I categorize it. This is not a skill build. This is a status effect build. So crowd control build, and this one utilizes almost every status you can think of in the game. Uh, Poison, confusion, shock, bleed, blind, riot foam, even the debuff coming from the Vile Mask. So yeah, everything. Prey Hunter is just my standard sniper build with the old Carol. Love the old Carol for sniping. Bullet Loop, I don't know why I called it that, but it's a striker build with Bullet King. This is what I modified a little bit since the last time I had it. I used it for Incursion with my buddies recently. Incursion's kind of the reason I'm getting back into it. They kind of sparked my interest in like, oh, Incursion's actually kind of fun. So I would like to try and farm Incursion more and see if we can help people out with getting it done because it's a mini raid in my opinion. So yeah, NPC man, you guys are rude. JTF, rude JTF. All right, let's go back here and then Bullet Loop and then Pesty Hostile. This one is another unique one, but I really like it. If anything, I could move this to another character if I need to make more space. But it utilizes the Pestilence debuff and it utilizes the Negotiator's Dilemma, so I can spread that effect to many players all at one time. And Blood Rush, this is just my Hunter Killer build. So another pretty standard get armor from kill build. So it's a little squishy on heroic, but it's fun to work with. So I kept that one. I got rid of another experimental build. That was the second build on this character, which was I'm not even gonna tell you what it was. It was experimental, and I was trying to make it work, and it wasn't working. It was a up close and personal build. I once I deleted those builds, I went into my inventory. I went looking for all of the excess pieces that didn't have the loadout tag on it. So you guys hopefully you're familiar with this already. This is pretty standard, but in case you're not, next to the star, which means it's a favorited item, there's that little, it looks like a card kind of a thing. That card tells me it's part of a loadout. So I looked through my inventory really quickly. So things like this, not part of a loadout. I can get rid of this and push it off and put it into my stash. So my stash is going to start to get full, but that's okay. The reason we're doing that is to compare what we have in the stash. And if anything in the stash is a duplicate or not necessary, then we get rid of it. So this one doesn't have the card icon on it. You probably were like, why do you go past it? Because it is a backup mask for one of my builds that I'm aware of, so I'm going to keep it as a backup. Or is it a backup? Let me look at it. Heartbreaker. I think this is part of my other build, so maybe not. I don't have Heartbreaker on this character. So yeah, maybe not. Oh, shucks. I think there was a mod on it. So that's very important. Be careful when you're moving your masks, your chest piece, and your backpacks. You definitely want to be careful about the mod. Yes, yeah, I kept the mod on it. I don't want the mod to get lost in my stash. So make sure when you put things away, before you do, you have to get out of your stash because you can't press the square button to get rid of it. Let's take this off here. Oh, there we go. And go back to what the. This is supposed to be the Coyote Smash. Okay. Okay, so go back into the thing. And now we can move it to the stash. So you want to take off the mods, otherwise you're going to have a problem finding all your mods later. Okay, so we got that. Let's do a quick double check, and I'll give you an idea of what this would be. So, for example, we got another chest piece here that I acquired, I think, doing a countdown with my buddies. So we want to get rid of that. Ferocious Calm is a backup chest piece for raids. This is another Heartbreaker. See, I missed this one. No mod, which is nice, so we can put that away. Whew, stash is getting full again. That is a backup, backup, backup. Okay. So these are, I keep the Imperial Dynasty because I do have my status effect build. So I keep that on top of my character in case I want to swap out a couple of pieces. Same with this one. See, Heartbreaker. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is from that build I told you I dismantled and I forgot to put it away. Oof, okay, I'm full. That's a problem. See, this is why we're doing this. This is exactly why we're doing this. Let's see. Oh, yep, I got a Ninja Bike Messenger backpack. Some of you might be like, "Oh, big whoops! I have like 10 of those." This is my first one, so I was looking for it, and I really wanted to get one because I stopped playing right before it released, so I knew it was a thing. I just didn't have one, and me and my buddies went in to do the legendary the other day, Capitol building, and when you get your exotic cash from doing it, you get an exotic, right? So I was able to get the Ninja Bike. I was like, oh, I should hope I get the Ninja Bike backpack, and it was the one that dropped, so that was pretty awesome. Ugh, so I do have to get these knee pads out of here. This one right here is an extra one, and this one too. So I need 3 more spaces in my stash to take it out. So let's see what we can purge really quickly. Probably backpacks. All right. So Acosta's go bag. Do I have one here? No, I don't need it. Let's see. Oh, okay. So this is how you can just do a quick, this is how I do quick, real small purges. So already 2 bellstones right here, right? So what am I gonna do with the bellstone backpack? This one has adrenaline rush. I think I saved it because it had hazard protection. Whenever you're with an enemy, you get bonus armor. I'm pretty sure that was important for some reason. Um, headshot damage. This is probably would be good for that piece, that build I told you, being inside with Pfizer, because hazard protection is great. When you get close to enemy, you get bonus armor. But I don't know. Versus Wicked, the rolls are better here. Applying a status effect increases total weapon damage, because I can roll this with a damage for the core attribute, keep it as armor regen, keep it as status effect, and this could be a pretty decent armor regen status build. So actually, both are not bad, but which one am I really going to use first? It's probably going to be this one. So I'm going to get rid of this guy. As much as it pains me to get rid of a piece that has potential, part of this journey of getting back is getting rid of old stuff. And if we need to get it for later, we'll get it later. I don't need it now. It's going to go. And for now, because I haven't had a chance to look at my other builds, I want to at least keep one per brand. That's what I'm going to try to do for now. So Electric, let's see, leadership. It has performing cover to cover. No one really does cover to cover, honestly. But it has status effects. It's a status effect piece. I would love to have a status effects already rolled on it to get the double bonuses. The fact that I have to roll the talent and an attribute, unfortunately, means this is going to have to go too. Okay, so that's 2 slots open for my knee pads. I need 1 more. So I have 2 couriers. This is a good opportunity to get rid of one. Perfect Creeping Death. Oh my gosh, that is fantastic for a status effect build. This one has status effects on it and armor regen. I wish it had status effects and like skill damage or something. It's weird that it has headshot damage, but anyway, let's see. Ooh, is there a sniper rifle that has headshot damage and statuses? Can't remember. Rolls are horrible here anyway. And you know what? I'm not sure yet. So let's move on. Let's try to keep it. Okay, here's 2 heartbreakers. So this one has oh yeah, we'll get rid of this guy here. Easy. That's an easy one. Oh, easy one. Hot shot. I've never even used hot shot, and I already have one. This one's gonna go. This is why I placed them in there. When I have a piece that has potential, drop it in my stash, compare the 2, get rid of the junk one. That's all I do. So it helps make it a little bit quicker. You might be already doing this, and if you're doing it, great. That's awesome. All right, so this one's obviously gonna go. I can get rid of that one easily. Ongoing directive. Yep, that one's not bad. Crit chance though. I mean, look how easy I can re-roll it. I don't need to keep it. I already have one, so I can easily re-roll that one. I don't need to keep 2. The gift, I have 2 of the gifts. I'll keep those because they're DC exclusive. All right, we got Matadors. Holy crap. 3 matadors. That's enough for now. That's enough for now. Okay, let's put these away like I said I was going to. So knee pads, Heartbreaker knee pads, Ortiz and Ortiz. Keeping the strikers as a backup. That's one of my backup pieces. So I'll keep that. And let's go ahead and take care of my junk. Oh, wrong. No, that's your button. So deconstruct junk. All right. And just like that, I think when I started this on my main character, I had about, my inventory was 140 out of 150. I was pretty full, just enough to go pick up some very exclusive drops, right? If there's anything that was really fancy, I could go get that. But now I have so much more space. I feel more comfortable with this inventory number. So and even with the 102, I have 12 builds. So I still have up to 16. I can still make 4 more builds if I wanted to expand more builds on this character. So this is a good spot. This is a good place for me to have this character, and I think I'm going to stop here for now. Next time we'll be back. I'm going to check out my second character. I might do that actually off camera, come in with a quick summary of that character, because the second character has a lot of similar builds to this guy. So once I clean out my second character, we can dive into looking at some of the pieces in my stash again. I still have characters 3, which is for my countdown. I use character 3 primarily for countdown, and character 4, which is experimental builds. So I foresee getting rid of a lot of stuff on my 4th character. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Yes, it's a slow process. So if you're like me again and you're coming back, the point of this is to just, do this with me. Maybe you get some information and some strategies for how to do this yourself. You want to get back into the game, we need to get this stash number down. So we're working on that. We're getting there. It's big now because I just cleaned out my character. That's expected. I'm expecting that I'm going to get my stash increasing for now, just to compare what's there. And then eventually things are just going to get thrown away. They're just going to get tossed. I just want to make sure I'm not tossing anything crucial before I get rid of the stuff, right? But I'm hoping that we're going to get down to 200. Even less is better, but I'd like to get down to a good amount. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. That is going to be step number 2. This is step number 2 in however many steps it takes us to get clean and ready to play the game again. What's great is I never really felt super comfortable with running this character out in the open world to pick up loot or to farm or anything, because I had 140 out of 150. Like I can do like maybe a control point or 2, be very selective about what I get, and then that's it. And then I'm done. Come back to the stash and fix it, right? But now I'm in the clear. I'm actually doing pretty good, and I can run this character now. So that's the hope. The hope is to get all 4 characters just like this, where I can feel comfortable, have enough inventory to collect things, and also not just collect things, to have space for more builds. There's new gear, there's new guns, and we want to go ahead and make new builds, have some fun in this game, because making builds is part of that fun. So I will end this video with just a few headshots, because now that my character is clean, I can celebrate it with some headshots. As you can see, I got the old Carol out. And this is a great way to, if you didn't already know this, many people probably already do. If you just come down here to the bottom of the White House, you can go ahead and, sorry, busy. Find a name boss. Always spawning down here. All right. Oh man, I messed it up. I needed a headshot for the name boss. I got that guy in the shoulder. Shucks. All right, we're just gonna have to hammer through with the Carol. Oh, that was a miss. I'm going down. I think I'm going down, he says. All right. Bye bye. Gotta love those fireworks, man. Love those fireworks. So Heartbreak, I just got rid of Heartbreak. What crit damage though? Let me go compare that to what's inside of my stash later. But crit damage, Future Initiative with crit damage. These would normally be not bad for making a red hybrid type style build, because Heartbreaker's got pretty good survivability when you build up stacks, and it rolls with armor, but with high crit damage you can do red and high damage and just add more stacks as long as you have survivability. And Future Initiative, at one point, a red feature build was something a lot of people would use in the raids, but I personally don't like how it feels. You're able to help your team out, and you can actually do some damage, but honestly, I don't feel like the team gets as much of a benefit for the damage buff on the future chest piece as much as you just get when they're being fully repaired. So I don't think I'm going to keep that one. So let's get rid of that one. But let's take this one back upstairs and see if it's better than the one that I already have. But all right, that'll be it for us here today. Thank you so much again for joining me. Until next time, shoots.